Hello and welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about whether or not you actually need to label your craft. I know I've spoken recently a lot about the different types of witches that there are. Of course, there's as many as people who are witches. You know, that's about as diverse as you can be, really. As many people there's different practices, there's different ways of doing things. They have their preferred ways of doing things. And today I just wanted to say that you don't have to label your craft unless you want to. If you want to label it so that you can start learning somewhere, that's absolutely fine. There's no reason why you can't do that or why you shouldn't do that. If that's what you want to do it. If it helps you, do it. I have such a diverse sort of collection of things that I know about and I want to do and I want to use and I want to, learn more about, that I just identify as eclectic, really. I'm a solitary eclectic. I, you know, that's about as far as I can get without really starting to get into a very long list of different crafts that I use. But I'm happy just being a solitary eclectic. And there's no reason why you have to identify as an eclectic, as a solitary, as a sea witch. You can just be a witch. There's nothing stopping you from just being a witch, regardless of whether you're more of a water witch, a sea witch, or you don't have to. It's one of those things where I think society just likes a lot of labels. And if you don't fit into a box is found for you somewhere. And as much as boxes are great, it's nice to be able to sort of meet and greet with other people who are following, who are doing a similar craft. It's, for some people, like myself, it's just not a thing. I think that's my Aquarius showing through. See, there I'm a cosmic witch. I love astrology. Astrology is such a language in and of itself, but that's separate. I'll get more into astrology further down the line. But as it stands, it's one of those things. You don't have to, state to the world that you are a solitary sea witch or, part of a, I don't know, cosmic coven where everything revolves around the planets, where they are, what they're doing with each other. It doesn't matter. You don't have to label yourself as anything other than witch. And you don't even have to label yourself as a witch unless you really, really want to do that. I identify as a witch so badly I got it tattooed. That's me. That's my thing. But what is right for me isn't necessarily right for everyone. And that's what I really want everyone to understand, is that you don't have to have anything more than witch as a label if you want that as a label. That's, I think, because some people don't always understand and they haven't gone and educated themselves about the variety that there is. the diversity that there is within witchcraft, that a lot of us just get lumped together. And I've spoken before about when I had an incident last summer with a neighbour who, as soon as he saw my pentacle necklace, "Oh, you're not into that devil worship, are you?" No, that's not entirely what witchcraft is all about. You know, in fact, it barely has anything to do with it, unless that's your choice. If you want to do rituals around demons and what have you, that's fine. But you don't have to. It's up to you. It's a craft. It's personal to each and every one of us. And while we share things, we don't have to share everything. We can have things that are slightly more personal to us. And that, I think, is a thing that a lot of people in the world have been missing along the way, is that we don't have to be labelled. We don't need to fit into nice little boxes all the time. You know, people always say, think outside the box. But then as soon as you want to think outside the box, they just want to put you back in the box. Because they're like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this. You're being a bit too forward. You're being a bit too ahead of your time. I'm just not quite there yet with this whole outside the box thing. And they just want you back in it. Get out of the box, break it, and don't look back. There's always going to be someone who disagrees. There's always going to be numerous others who fully agree and support you. If you can find the right group, the right friends within that community, don't look back. Haters will always hate. Might as well just carry on being you and doing your craft your way, however that may be, with whatever label or no labels that you want. But it's your choice. If you want a label, have a label. If you don't want a label, don't have one. There's nothing stopping anyone from not having a label. There's nothing saying anywhere that you have to have a label other than witch. There's nothing at all anywhere. Because unless you follow Wicca, there's no Wiccan read of, you know, the threefold law. That's a personal choice. If you want to incorporate that, that's fine. But it's not something that you have to do. There's lots of people who I've seen, and they're all, and whenever someone asks a question and they go, "Oh, well, I don't think you should do this because, you know, it's only going to come back on you threefold or ninefold or, you know, whatever number it is that's normally got 3 involved in it." And it's like, well, hold on a minute, that's your belief, that's not mine. It's each to their own. It really, really is with witchcraft. I've only ever met one person who was not a nice chappy, and he's not yet managed to sour my opinions and my views of my fellow witches. And that's how I think it should be. There's enough hate in the world, so why not spread some love and say, do you know what? Love your craft, love how you do it, and don't let anyone else say that you can't do things your way, because you can. It's your craft. It's personal to you and you alone. So if you don't want to learn about something, that's fine. You don't have to. If you don't want to do a particular ritual with someone, you don't have to. But it is your choice. Anyway, I know I've repeated myself an awful lot there. But it's just something that I think we all really need to hear about this. So I hope this sort of opens things up more for everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Blessed be.